Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is a special edition of Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC Wildcard matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
And there's no substitute for experience in this league, and what it usually leads to, a whole lot of confidence. Andy Dalton is sharp with where to go with the football now. I think he sees reads before they actually even happen. He can sense them now, and he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
A running play on first down will give 4 up to the 29. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
And what a tough environment to roll into. On the road, playing one of the better teams in the league, obviously, because this is the playoffs. So what do teams talk about? Bringing their own momentum, bringing their own energy on the road, because you know you won't get any from the home crowd.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. .47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
I love everything about Andrew Luck's game, but I also love his worldliness. Some of his formative years were spent growing up outside of the United States. I think that that's helped him when he came back because now he's seen the world. I think that helped him mature a little bit as well.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
So many weapons on this offense, and we've seen them all season long score from any point on the field. But we all know playoff football comes down to playing smart. The game slows down, and it's harder to move it. So you've got to avoid penalties, avoid turnovers, and not let your emotions get the best of you.
He finds his running back, Mixon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Look out! 390! It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They bring the 5 seed into the playoffs. Of course, they're one of the wild card teams. And when you're a wild card team, it makes it a little bit tougher. You have to win the extra game. But there's been a precedent set of teams doing that successfully in the past.
And it's usually teams that have aspects that really jump out at you and are really factors in the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh, they rode a heavy run game with Jerome Bettis when they won in 2005. And then don't forget the Giants in 2007. That season, pass rush. Remember how big that was for them during the playoffs. And for Green Bay, it was the quarterback play of Aaron Rodgers. So to me, it's a matter of what's going to affect the game in a big way. Can that aspect of your team really make those plays? A lot of times it's pass rush and quarterback play. And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Eric Berry exemplifies what I think you're looking for in an NFL safety nowadays. He's what I call a down and distance guy. No matter what the offense has down and distance, they're going to deploy him in a spot where he can have the greatest impact. Versus the run, versus the pass, Eric Berry can do it all.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And now to the air, Dalton. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 34. Play action now, Dalton. He's got Smith here. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 22, Dalton. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Dalton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. On the jet sweep, this is Godwin. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Carl Lawson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up fourth down.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Frank Reich here on fourth down is ready to try for 3. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. To Mixon on first down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing.
Watch the twist. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Catch made here by Campbell. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, it's Mack.
Come on now, let's go.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a first and 10. Now Dalton with a first and 10. He completes this one to Mack. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Nice hit, boy.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. This is Hines. And an alley to run. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, 61 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 2nd and 7. Luck caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Locke. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Luck. Got a man open. It's Ross. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Luck on 3rd down. And Wilson has it. Give him a gain of 4. Able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Luck now to throw, and this is incomplete. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Nixon. Luck throwing again. That is incomplete. The Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To the air again. Luck. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal, 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football? It says finish on it, because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now, if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Now it's Hines. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From just shy of midfield, Dalton. And he'll find Everett there, complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. On second down now, it's Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Dalton sets up play action. Going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Dalton to throw. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way, and this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried, because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
We got 4.
From the 50, it's long. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Check out. 622. Hey, check.
On first down, Lott. Caught by Wilson. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Love. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing again is Love. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Now Joe Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Now it's Love. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
Dalton, 1st and 10. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. He got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10 from Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. The playoffs are underway. The first of 4 games this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the New York Jets matching up against the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, in our game, just a field goal separates these two sides at the break. One will go on to the divisional round, one will go home. To find out who it is, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
We got this.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Again, it's Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time in a Cincinnati first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st and 10, Luck. And he whips that one incomplete there. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Back to the air, Luck on second down. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Here's Luck. He's got his man, Boyd. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage. And that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area. So you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on first down. Moss. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Check out. 540. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Mixon with a first down carry. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second and 2, Luck. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample there to make the grab. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to second and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. Oh, what a move. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, Mixon able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Right there, 56. Coming to you, coming to you.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go,
They run again with Hines. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Mixon. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Check out. Line 40. Watch twist. Ready.
Luck on first down. Caught. It's Wilson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
You ain't doing nothing today. Switch.
From the gun, here's Love. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it, it's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why he ended up having to go one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab.
We own it.
They begin the drive with Hines. And an alley to run. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd down, Dalton. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. On first down, Hines. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Passing, it's Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. From the gun on 3rd down, Watt.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Ryan Glasgow busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing, Dalton. They'll find Everett there, complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
False start, offense.
Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now back out comes the offense. Can't officially call this a win for them yet, but it's looking good to move on to the divisional round. They'll be on the road, of course, as an underdog. But the age-old question, would you rather have the momentum they're going to have or sitting at home with a bye? I'm sure you'd probably rather have the bye.
You remember that conference call we had before the playoffs started? We were talking with some people in the industry and some of the coaches that are out there. And we kind of posed the same question. You know, if you're coming off of a game like this, and you're taking on a team that had that open week, which way do you want to go? And you remember the answer they gave us? I want the better team. Okay, I get it. But I think there's a lot to having that momentum of having played versus coming off of that layoff, because maybe you start a little bit slower. We see those upsets happen all the time.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And the Colts getting ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Draw play. This is Hines. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. The Colts on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw here, Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. A great veteran, Eric Berry, back to knock that one away. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our...
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Jeffrey Simmons coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Block. Wilson's got it complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's where you belong. Tackle. Back.
Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. And that is incomplete.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Dalton now to pass. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Hines. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
False start, offense.
They get the former number 6 overall pick, Quentin Nelson, out of Notre Dame that time. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down. On 2nd and 15 now. Dalton, he's going to find and complete it to Renfro. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
It's our deal. Hey, it's our house.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moss, and he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Dalton. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Casey Hayward, and he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And all the way down to the 39. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.